Step into an 8 a.m. budget meeting, and before you even pull out your laptop, you've already announced your arrival with the aggressive, sweet smell of a nightclub at 2 a.m. For decades, men were told to find a single signature scent, one bottle you wear to the gym, the boardroom, and on dates. By 2026, that advice is completely obsolete. This chart plots modern fragrances by their two competing extremes: projection, or how far a scent travels, against versatility, meaning how socially safe it is across different environments. You cannot maximize both at once. If you default exclusively to the bottom right, safe, quiet scents that sit close to your skin, you lose the psychological weight and presence required to stand out in a dim romantic setting. But if you buy into the top left beast mode hype, wearing a loud, room-filling fragrance during the day guarantees you will distract your colleagues and actively undermine your professional authority. The solution to navigating today's fractured market is to build a targeted, three-part rotational wardrobe based strictly on scenario matching. Fragrance operates as an invisible accessory. Wearing the wrong olfactory profile to the wrong environment is a massive, completely preventable social misstep. The primary objective for daytime office wear is utility. You need to smell clean, grounded, and put together without leaving a massive, distracting scent trail down the hallway. One modern approach is the skin scent. These are minimalist formulas built heavily on molecules like Iso-E Super. Iso-E Super is a synthetic aroma chemical that smells faintly of cedarwood and is designed to enhance your natural body odor rather than mask it completely. If you prefer a more traditional, high-authority profile for the office, the optimal choice is the Heritage Fougère. Fougère is a 19th century French olfactory family, meaning fern, pioneered by this man, perfumer Paul Parquet, to evoke the scent of damp greenery. Parquet synthesized lavender, oak moss, and coumarin, a compound that smells like newly mown hay, to create what we now universally recognize as the classic, soapy barbershop scent profile. Modern fougères have evolved significantly. Perfumers have stripped away the brutish, overpowering heaviness of the 1980s powerhouses, leaving a much leaner, sharper aromatic profile. The operational trade-off of this category is projection. These fragrances are designed to sit very close to the skin, meaning they will not draw loud compliments from across a crowded room. In professional environments, absolute social safety and quiet approachability must always override the desire to stand out. When the context shifts to evening and date nights, the objective changes. Polite utility is replaced by the need to project warmth, depth, and allure. This is where the Gourmand 2.0 trend thrives. Instead of juvenile, syrupy vanillas, modern gourmand fragrances utilize darker, moodier edible notes. Perfumers are formulating these scents with highly complex ingredients like bitter almond, roasted coffee, saffron, and burnt caramel. When those edible notes are paired with heavy woody ambers, they create an intimate, inviting olfactory association that lingers in the memory long after you leave. This diagram illustrates the chemical reality of evening scents. Light citrus top notes burn off almost immediately, while heavy resinous amber and vanilla base notes evaporate much slower, creating a long-lasting plateau that requires the contrast of cool evening air to project correctly. The environmental trade-off here is severe. Wearing these heavy resins in high daytime heat or humidity accelerates their evaporation, turning a sensual profile into something cloying and suffocating. Evening fragrances are tools of psychological weight. They are meant to leave a localized, memorable signature rather than a polite whisper. Your weekend wear and personal time require a completely different approach. Here, the objective is pure self-expression and abandoning crowd-pleasing formulas entirely. We are seeing a massive shift toward genderless fragrances. These compositions prioritize raw emotion and olfactory storytelling over tired, outdated marketing labels like "for him." The recent oversaturation of heavy oud fragrances has effectively killed the trend, pushing enthusiasts toward more primal, earthy smells like damp soil or campfire smoke. We are also seeing the rise of futuristic florals. Perfumers are engineering traditionally feminine notes like rose or mimosa with harsh contrasting elements, cold metallic steel, leather, or smoke to create highly architectural scents. Boutique indie houses are driving this movement, utilizing highly specific, unconventional notes like tamarind or rice powder to build profiles you cannot find in a department store. The risk associated with this category is significant. These avant-garde profiles are highly polarizing, extremely expensive, and present a massive risk if you rely on them for a first impression. Niche investments are olfactory art worn strictly for the wearer. You sacrifice universal approval to achieve striking individuality. You do not need 26 different bottles on your shelf to smell excellent. You need a targeted, environmentally aware rotation. If you are a strict minimalist and refuse to buy more than one bottle, you must avoid the extreme edges of projection and niche experimentation entirely. In that case, a modernized woody aromatic serves as your Swiss Army knife. It is never inappropriate, though it will rarely be the most unique scent in the room. This matrix outlines the optimal strategy for the modern man, a deliberate 3-bottle wardrobe. We start with the first slot. This is your office staple. It prioritizes cleanliness and low sillage for daylight utility. Sillage is the scented trail left in the air behind you as you walk, and in the office it should be practically non-existent. Next is the evening weapon, utilizing Gourmand 2.0 or amber profiles for high projection allure in romantic or social settings. Finally, the third slot is your niche investment, utilizing earthy or floral avant-garde profiles for personal expression on the weekend. Status is no longer derived from wearing the loudest, most expensive designer bottle into a setting where it doesn't belong. Mastering your personal presence means letting the environment dictate the scent. Deploy your fragrance as an intentional tool to serve your mission.